You are joining the volunteer training seminar led by Jennifer Sanders. Jennifer Sanders works for Enterprise Products in Mount Bellew, Texas as a liquid balancing supervisor. She has been with Enterprise Products for 7 years in various roles and in her current role for over a year. She has been an active SWE member for about 15 years as a collegiate and professional and has served in several volunteer positions both locally and on the region level. Welcome, Jennifer, and thank you for leading our volunteer training seminar.
Thank you very much, and welcome everyone on the phone. And let's get started. We're just going to go through the slides here. First, we'll talk about the volunteer mission and responsibilities. The WE12 welcomes volunteers at their annual conference. Volunteers are a critical element in delivering successful conferences. WE12 uses volunteer system as a mechanism to subsidize both professional and collegiate registration costs. As a volunteer, you will be working with the WE12 staff and conference leaders to help ensure all aspects of the conference run smoothly and that our attendees have a pleasant outcome. You are representing the Society of Women Engineers as the presence of professionalism, calmness, and someone empowered with providing customer service to our participants. Some general volunteer guidance. Show up for your volunteer duty as it is a critical piece of the conference. So arrive about a half hour to 15 minutes early to the volunteer room before your scheduled time to check in as a volunteer and review your assignment. Always provide a welcoming environment. Remember the customer service attitude. So nothing will be perfect when a major conference is involved. So things will go wrong, but flexibility is key and focus on the positive and especially the solution. So volunteers will be subject to complaints and unprofessional behavior, although rare. So be gracious, be professional and positive, and find a WE12 staff when something seems to be out of control. Break when needed and eat when hungry. Don't overextend your commitment. Most positions are 5 hours or less. So all attendees should enjoy the conference, and that includes volunteers. So please display prominently your volunteer identification, which this year will have yellow scarves. And please be flexible if you may have to take on an extra or alternate role. So here's some contact information, so keep this handy while you're at the conference in case you were to need it. Okay, so now we're going to go through the different volunteer roles. We're going to start with the tour coordinators. So tour coordinator responsibility is for the comfort and safety of the tour attendees. They also will prevent and troubleshoot any problems that may arise on the tour. Your task will include taking a head count before you leave for the tour and every time you get back on the bus. To ensure each tour participant is registered and ticketed, ensure that the tour driver and tour coordinator each have sufficient information before departing, including itinerary directions, contact information, emergency procedures. And all this you will get as a packet prior to your assignment. And have a contact name and phone number of a staff person in case any problem or emergency arises. Next, we'll talk about the Career Enhancement Series Coordinator. They are the liaison between the group, the speaker, and the logistics coordinator. The task includes ensuring attendees have tickets and sign the roster, ensure the session has snacks in the room, ensure all the speaker gifts are delivered, pick up the CEU forms and paper surveys where relevant, instructs attendees to complete the paper session survey, ensure the room requirements are correct, counts and reports the number of participants. You may introduce the speaker if required, and you may also sit in the class and receive the credit. Next is room monitors. So these include any track sessions, lightning talks, the plenary sessions, You're the liaison to the group, the speaker, the lightning talks, and the logistics coordinator. Your task includes ensuring speaker gifts are delivered. You may introduce the speaker if required. You ensure that participants will fill out the attendee rosters and you count attendees where applicable. Instruct attendees to fill out paper or the online session survey. Ensure that the room requirements are correct and report any errors to the logistics coordinator. There'll be one per hallway. So for the plenary sessions, volunteers help with distributing and collecting the index cards for the Q&A session and provides any other help as needed. Next is the logistics coordinator. So this is the liaison to the room monitors and the volunteer room. So your tasks include you'll have a series of rooms that are assigned to you. Report any logistical, audiovisual, or catering problems as conveyed by the room monitor, and any other task as needed. You may be called to help the room monitor as well. Okay, next is ticket takers and arrangement helpers. So these events include the ice cream social, keynote breakfast, the collegiate welcome lunch, the exhibit hall lunch, the achievement awards reception and banquet, Women Defining the Future luncheon, and Celebrate Suite. So the ticket takers tasks include ensuring all attendees that enter a paid function with tickets. They arrive at the event early, ensure doors remain closed while staff and hotel are setting up for the event. Provide a welcome to all attendees and act as a greeter. You may help with other duties as requested. And there's no paid meal tickets are awarded to these volunteers. However, though, if there are empty seats and meals available, the ticket takers are welcome to sit and eat. Arrangement helpers will help the staff with any details involved with any of the arrangements of the major event, like program placement, place cards, flower arrangements, and any other special touches for the event as needed. Next is the career fair liaison. This includes the career fair opening performance, the reception, and then the career fair and lunch on that Friday. The tasks include scan areas assigned specifically to you. Attendees or corporate representatives will recognize you as the volunteer. Answer questions as needed, and you'll have a career fair FAQ list with you for help. Help to guide and provide directions to attendees and exhibitors, and then take tickets for the lunch. Note your on-site FAQ list will have contact information for specific exhibitor issues. So let these folks solve most of the issues, and if you get a problem that can't be solved, send the exhibitor to the volunteer room for assistance. Next is the reception volunteers. So these events include academic collegiate leaders, collegiate welcome break, exhibitor fellows team, the hospitality suites, the lava lounge, the outreach expo, and the past presidents. So you'll help guide these attendees, also make sure any issues are resolved, taken to staff or the volunteer coordinator when needed, and any other help as needed from the staff. Next is the Career Resource Center volunteers, as well as Speaker Ready Room and the volunteer room. So the volunteers for the Career Resource Center will help the attendees and monitor the computer usage times and then resolve any computer or printer issues. The Speaker Ready Room volunteer will be on hand if speakers need assistance with room preparation. And the volunteer room volunteers will assist the day volunteer coordinator, check in volunteers and hand out proper information, help the day run smoothly, and help where needed. Some important information. If you can no longer support your volunteer role or do not know what your volunteer role is, please contact this email address, and it is important for us to know so we're able to schedule a different volunteer if needed. Twitter and social media. So we ask all of our volunteers to help us tweet during the annual conference. Tweet frequently about the highlights and benefits of our conference. Give your followers a reason to read what you post. They want important information and useful updates. Be inquisitive, engage your followers with questions that will start a conversation. Use this hashtag so others can find your tweets. And don't forget to find the like and post daily happenings on our WE12 pages of Facebook and LinkedIn. So here's a slide showing the different apps that are for download for the conference. And now I guess we will take some questions. And thank y'all very much for volunteering. This is going to be a lot of fun.
Okay, I guess there are no questions. This wraps up our volunteer training seminar. Thank you very much for participating. One last note, if anyone knows of anyone who would still like to volunteer, we are still taking volunteers on site. So I just wanted to make sure we were conveying that. And these slides will be available for replay after this session, and we'll be sending the link to all volunteers. Thank you.
Oh, it looks like we do have one question. Oh,
okay.
no questions. All right, thank you.
Okay, thank you.